The season is fall, and the final call of summer is dwindling quick. Now to be kindling the mingling mix of these derelicts. The silence does come, and the defiance was done with the final change of the sun. And it's strange, for the season has just begun, and now these seamless clouds start to run like a canvas half spun. The call of a wild and a world defiled, but everyone stood around and smiled. The looks were that of a forgotten child. I was wound up because I was found cut from the vision, my sound mute from the ears and the unknowing decisions of fear. I call out so clear for a stop to this violence, but a glint from spirit lance was all I saw in the crowded advance. Ground is powder with snow, and freckled with the blood from whom I do not know. And the westerly wicked winds do blow in a land where no living thing does grow. I wish to sing and let flow the river that does know the giver of words that brings truth. Bonds even the tarnished of youth. Oh yeah, we wish to stand around in unity, and we still look for means of community. But we all stand in this troubled time as if we can't even help ourselves. And the bubble is popped, and the subtlest knot keeps us tied to a rod. Whether you believe it or not, we are barred and barred, and this world is boiling and bleeding our thoughts. Equilibrium out of whack, and that's a fact. But here we are still turning our backs on the mother of one another. So now look to each other for something more than the sores and wounds that consume our past. Come to grasp with what needs to last. For the taking is breaking, our earth is shaking and stating that we've come to disturb her turf. Isn't it clear? Changing our atmosphere, and the hurricanes of pain are showing us our shame and the remainder of our true atrocities. Yet we sit here preaching our philosophies. But oddly enough, we're really not putting a stop to what is too tough to handle. Each of us becoming the vandal, putting our beliefs to the anvil and flattening them to a mass of steel, a consistency that we can't even feel. Now kneeling down to the bloodhounds as they scrounge for the last scraps, now relieving us of our vital resources, though that it forces us to grovel and collapse, uttering praises to those who can show us the way out of this crazed trap, of winding us tighter into the maze, now leading us into this final phase which they hide in a haze of lies. And no one cries out in surprise, for we now all have this wool pulled over our eyes. Have we all lost the grail? Has our world truly come to fail? The life is becoming so stale that there is this persistent need to hide behind these walls of chainmail. But even now they're becoming chinks, and the links and the sphinx does wink in recognition of our immediate disposition. And the last gazing eye of a world wishing to die is our second sight showing us the final fight, or are we willing to light the way with peace for the generations to come? sit here half numb, wondering why our visions are only a fraction of a weaving we wish to have spun. Is it not clear that we are so wrapped in fear that the decisions lead us near to disaster with a pace that moves ever faster? Would you allow a poison spear to pierce fiercely into your flesh, forcibly forsaking and taking this life that you so willingly live? No. Yet they drill you so hard that you spill and discard all resistance, finally giving in to their barrage, but that's all just another mirage on the horizon. Oh well, how surprising, you say, but when you open your eyes and find your way and stop this unrelenting compromise of yourself, instead now let us arise for what we feel will bring health and change. Conceal not any part of who you are. But under those many layers of scars lives a person with every right to change their stars. From the brightest in the sky back to the black of night. It's a fact if enough people believe in something, it can come to hold true. Manifestation comes our complete ability for creation or destruction. So choose wisely, and who knows, someday you may surprise me. So I say, lay aside your pride and let go your ego. Our flow must show which way we are willing and wishing to grow. For the change of every season has me believing that we are in need